Yeah, baby. Welcome to my quick live stream. I've been working on some Christmas stuff, trying to get some other things done this morning. And here a little bit later, I'm going to forget what we got to do. We got to do something a little bit later. But hey, if you're watching this on the replay, remember to stick around and get some people in here. The chat will get interesting, I promise you. To make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share, and alert bell, and tell everybody in the whole world that we are now your new favorite YouTube channel. We appreciate that. So, here in a little bit, my wife's still asleep. She'll be getting up soon because she works late, right? And you guys all know she's from the Philippines. And man, we are going crazy in this house decorating for Christmas. We had the tree all decorated already, but it wasn't done well enough. So we've disassembled, took all the stuff off, and started all back over from scratch. So thank you for being here. Thank you for both for the thumbs up. HTN's in the house. Henry, how are you, my friend? Good morning to you. So, I know, almost lost me, did you? All right, because I know you guys like enjoying and looking at my beautiful face. So you're doing good, Henry? So thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go live later, but while before Lorelai gets up, I thought I'd go live for just a little bit. Because I feel like our world is getting crazy here. The Filipino Christmas has infected my house. And so I thought about this today a little bit as I'm working on some things. And who has more Christmas spirit? Should it be a competition? We all like competition, right? So I was thinking I'm gonna ask Lorelai later. I'm gonna do a little video of Lorelai when she's working on her Christmas stuff here in a little while. And I'm gonna ask her this question: who has more spirit? More Christmas spirit, America or the Philippines? We all know well, Henry, it's not. You know what's weird, Henry? And once again, thank you for coming in, Henry. I appreciate you. You seem like one of the few people that haven't got mad at us lately. So we appreciate that. But you know, we can't go back and look at or compare how Christmas was when you and I were kids versus how kids are enjoying Christmas or not enjoying Christmas today. So it's kind of hard because we can't put ourselves in those same shoes. But I know that we all kind of think it's not the same. 7 people watching, only 2 thumbs up. You folks in the background, come forward, drop a chat, and give us a thumbs up. And be kind and go out there and tell the world that your new favorite YouTube is my channel. What I want, and I agree about the commercial thing, 1,000%. Christmas is nothing but commercial in America. But isn't it the same in the Philippines? I think, you know, my personal opinion, and I got to ask the beautiful wife what she thinks later. But my personal opinion is, I think the Philippine people enjoy Christmas more than we do in America. And I know this is kind of weird because even in the Philippines, it's commercial. All the malls go crazy and they decorate and they get excited. And I love Christmas in the Philippines. And everybody's happy and everybody's trying to enjoy their day out and take pictures. And in America, when we have this, it's usually a pissing contest. People are always mad, they're shopping and they're buying. They're running around. It's like, we're going to go do some Christmas events this year. is what we're going to do. We're going to go here in America. We're not in the Philippines, so we're here in America, and we are going to go do some Christmas stuff. And we've done a lot of them in America, and we did a bunch in the Philippines at a couple occasions. So I do have a little bit of knowledge that the I think the people in the Philippines are happier during Christmas time than Americans are during Christmas time. I really do. Just Jack says, Gramps Clip Farming. I have no clue what that is, but welcome in, Jack. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. So I really believe that the people in the Philippines, the kids, the mom and dads, the grandpas, are happier during the Christmas season than we are in America. I do think Americans have a tendency to bitch and complain about everything, which, I guess is our God-given right as Americans. But somebody asked me the other day, I was talking to somebody, a friend of mine, and they asked, oh, well, what are you guys doing for Christmas? And I tried to explain to them we didn't know, except for we're having a big Christmas party, and, we're going to do traditional Christmas. I don't know what we're doing. We're not doing anything special. And he got excited and was asking about, well, do you think going to the Philippines during Christmas is a good time or a bad time to go? Because he's planning a trip to go back to the Philippines. And I told him, I said, well, I think the Philippines is Christmas is a great time to go visit the Philippines. Really a great, great, great time. And that means anywhere from September all the way to January. So, but the only problem is, I told him is, it's gonna cost you a whole lot more to visit the Philippines during Christmas. The airline tickets are outlandish because they know that a lot of OFWs try to fly home for the holidays. And so, because that's what we got talking about the other day was, well, what are you gonna do over Christmas? You taking any trips? And I said, we'd really like to, but everything is so expensive to travel during the holidays, not only in America, but in the Philippines. So it's not like we're gonna go book an Airbnb down in Alabama or Florida because the Airbnb people jack up the prices. An airline ticket to the Philippines over Christmas is gonna cost you 30, 40%, maybe up to 50% more than it would today to go. So I agree with Henry in the fact that it definitely has turned into a commercial juggernaut. I worry that countries like the Philippines that I think have a purer heart than maybe the America does. I don't think most of us, and I'm going to speak for myself. So when I say most of Americans, just put my name in there, and then you don't have to generalize that I'm saying everything about every American. One, I think us Americans are all about the dollar. We've become a society that can't, or that has a difficulty in embracing the good in things. We have trouble stopping to smell the roses, so to speak. I do think countries like the Philippines does a much better job in stopping and smelling the Christmas roses. I think a lot of us in the United States look at it, the Christmas season, as a little bit of a burden, a hassle, something that we have to do. Oh, I gotta get presents, and I gotta go to my mom's house, and I gotta go to my grandma's house, and I gotta. Not I get to. It's, I gotta remember to take the kids to go see Santa Claus. It's, I got to do it in America. And that's why I do think the spirit in the Philippines is a little bit better, because they don't say, I got to. They're like, I get to. Backlash, my friend, cruising godfather. Oh, man, I wish I had a good cruising channel. I love cruising. How I love it. I'm doing some stuff on cruising earlier this morning, but I I have a couple of cruising channels that I watch that are truly the grandfathers of cruising, my friend. So, but if I was you in your position, I'd be cruising once a month if I got a free cruise being a first responder. So, but what we need to do, Backlash, thinking of cruising, is we need to get all of us together. We need to just get a big YouTube group from the fishing world, from the Philippine world, from the traveling world, and put together a big cruise ship trip and do it that way. So, but thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for supporting our channel. It means a lot. One thing we're starting to find, the bigger we get, we're not very big, but as we grow and become somewhat successful, we do seem to get more haters, which is okay. It just comes with the territory. And so that's why. But today we're working on Christmas, and I'm really thinking, man, because our house is getting crazy, crazy. I'm supposed to do up, not down, ups. That's right, up. So, Christmas spirit in America. How do you feel about Christmas spirit in America, Backlash? How do you think Americans, our society, our culture handles Christmas in America? Do you think we are honoring Christmas? Or do we even know what Christmas is in America anymore? Do we even know what it is? Is it just a day that we eat and have to pay money to buy presents for people? What is Christmas in America? I hate seeing Christmas stuff after the 4th of July, yes, and hearing the bells on top of that way before Christmas. So you do get burned out fast with Christmas now. So we kind of, and I agree with you, Henry, and part of what I think is we get desensitized to it. And that's something that I find interesting about the Philippines. They start in September. So they got September, October, November, and December, 4 good months, 4.5 of November, where they celebrate Christmas. I don't know how they don't get desensitized to it. They have forgotten the reason for the season needs more Christ in Christmas. I totally agree. I totally agree with you. I think they got to, but I don't know how. And I think it's like the genie's out of the box. You can never get it back. I don't think we're ever going to be able to turn Christmas back into something religious. And I don't think it's ever going to not be non-corporate, non-financial. All right, buddy, we appreciate you. Hang in there, and maybe we'll see you later tonight. Be safe and take care of your folks out there, my friend. So, is there any way to fix America at Christmas? Or is the way that America does Christmas just the sign of the times? Should we hope for the best? I mean, hope for a reinvention of the old to be new today and in our world in Christmas? Do we want our Christmas to be more like, instead of I got to, I get to? In the Philippines, I was really shocked how excited, and maybe this shows how desensitized I am, but I was shocked the first Christmas we were there, or I was there with Lorelei the first time, was how excited everybody was just because Christmas. To me, whatever. For me at the time, it was basically college break, Christmas break. I was teaching, so that meant I got to go to the Philippines. I had the time as Christmas break. That's all it really meant to me here in America. But everybody was so excited and so happy, so enamored with the Christmas season in the Philippines. And so I think if maybe, I don't know, if America ever wanted to have a better mentality when it comes to Christmas, maybe Americans need to be exposed to how third world countries do Christmas. How children in third world countries who get flip flops for Christmas are extremely happy. How they get a little extra food on Christmas, or it makes their day. It's what the Christmas spirit's about. Versus if you don't get the new PlayStation 500 or the Nintendo 99 or whatever the latest gaming system is, or you don't get the latest new car for Christmas in America, then you're kind of disappointed. If somebody hasn't dropped $1,000 on you, then you're disappointed. But I remember, seeing people being so excited in the Philippines because they got flip-flops. They got a new pair of flip-flops. So it does kind of change your perspective. I think they should wait until after Thanksgiving and start doing Christmas stuff again, and stop labeling it like they do now. I would agree. I think the government, and I don't like government interference in anything, but I think the government ought to come out and say no store, unless your store only sells Christmas stuff. So if you have a Christmas store where you don't sell anything else but Christmas stuff, then you have to wait until Thanksgiving weekend to put any Christmas merchandise out. You have to wait to decorate. You have to wait to play Christmas music until the day after the Thanksgiving weekend. I don't know how you could do that regularly, how you could regulate that in a country like America where we can do whatever we want. The Walmart, JCPenney, all the stores are not going to go with that, because the longer they can keep their stuff on the shelves, the more money they make. I mean, we went to Hobby Lobby, and this is part of where I was kind of thinking about some of this week, because we've been to Hobby Lobby a couple of times buying decorations. Yeah, it should be made more about friends and family, and that's what I think countries like the Philippines do. They appreciate the fact that maybe they were able to scrape up enough money to have a pig to eat, where, we just bitch and complain about everything. We really do. And Americans, if you want to hate me for it, go ahead and hate me for it. But you all know it's the truth. As Americans, we bitch, we complain, and we bitch and complain some more. So, but I don't know how you change that ideology, Henry. I don't know how we change anything except for by leading by example. And unfortunately, the government doesn't want us to lead by example because the government makes tax dollars off of Walmart, right? So what would their incentive be to tell, Walmart not to do that? There's not one. But I thought it was interesting. We were at Hobby Lobby, and Hobby has cool stuff. I like going there for the models, the guy stuff. They got some cool models sometimes, and you can get some cool things like that at half price. But I thought it was funny. So it's November still. It's not Thanksgiving. What is it? God, almost 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, right? Christmas stuff has been out for about almost 2 weeks at Hobby Lobby. It's already out. But it's 50% off already. So, it's like they put it out immediately and put it on sale for 50% off. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Are you really just overcharging for the crap? And it's really not, and so you got to immediately, do you have too much inventory? But then I looked around and Lorelei bought something for me, and she wants to show everybody at birthday time. But Thanksgiving, my birthday's Thanksgiving. So on Thanksgiving every year. So, but we couldn't find what she wanted or whatever, I don't know. So we asked somebody, and apparently at Hobby Lobby, they have all their overstock scattered throughout the entire store. And I mean, there is overstock everywhere. And I'm like, wow. So it's really 50% off, or are they just saying that? Well, it rings up 50% off. Hey, Diana, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. So they're saying it's 50% off. It rings up 50% off, but you're right. Smart, right? So why is it 50% off the first week that you start selling it? Why didn't you just lower the price? Or is it a psychological thing to get us to try to spend more freaking money? So Henry's in. Hello to Diana. So we're talking about Christmas. You know, oops, crap. Shit. Not good. I think I need, no, that's not good. I'm gonna have to do something about that. So, inventory everywhere at our big hobby, and we have a big Hobby Lobby. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest ones around. And there's inventory everywhere in that store. And so yesterday when we were there, Lorelai was looking for one particular thing, and they only had one of them, and she needed like 5 or 6 of them. So, and she was looking for these really big gold balls about the size of my head. And they don't have any. They have the silver, but not the gold. But I know how much inventory they have up high, so I was on my little scooter because I wasn't walking very well yesterday. So I'm running around the store, looking up, you know, trying to see if they got anything in stock in the inventory way up here. And I'm just amazed at how much stuff there is on top of those shelves. So we finally found the one thing that Lorelai wanted, and they had to get a ladder, and some poor girl was trying to, I mean, you got a 12-foot ladder here, and it's like, man, you're gonna kill these freaking employees. But I don't know. I'm just sitting there thinking, man, this, I don't know. I don't get it. When I worked at a furniture store, nothing was on sale, but we made it look like it was. Exactly. How are you, Henry? Says, I'm doing good. Well, no, nothing is actually on sale until it truly goes on clearance. So it's all part of the marketing strategy. But I thought it was really weird that they did it day one. So, you know, this is $1.99, but all blue things are 50% off. Okay. And so at Hobby Lobby, all Christmas things are 50% off. But Christmas isn't even close to being here. It's still 5, 6, 7, 8 months away. Well, not that much. I lie a lot, you know. But you get my point. So Diana is glad that you are doing well, HTN. So I thought, I don't know. I don't get this. Am I old? Am I just out of touch? Am I reading into crap? So, I don't know. I just find it interesting. So it made me start thinking, what do we really think about in America? How are we doing this in America? What a day. It's a beautiful day here. It's just now 60 degrees, sunny. As you guys, I'll show you outside my office window. Sunny day. See? That's my little pig. I got this from Region. Oh, did he lose his name? Oh, there it is. His name is Regions the pig. So we got Regions Bank. We bank with them, one of our banks, and they gave us free piggy banks. So this has been a couple of years. I'm just glad it's not raining where Henry is down south. I so wish we lived in Alabama already. I'm so tired of the cold weather, and it's not even cold here, and I'm already tired of the cold weather. You know, I just don't feel that, you know, I just cannot embrace this miserable weather. I just can't embrace it. So Henry, how was the Silver Slippers food? Did you enjoy going to the Silver Slipper and having the slippery, silvery food? You know. Big Joe's in the house. Good afternoon, Dave. And y'all, Joe, thank you for being here. We're talking about Christmas, because it's Christmas time. It could be January, and it could be Christmas time around here, right? We're talking a little bit about Christmas, talking about the beautiful weather outside. We're talking about how beautiful we all are. So, Christmas is too commercialized. It is. Daniel Mars says, hello from Germany. Thank you for coming in from Germany. We got a lot of followers from Germany. We love Germany. I have German blood in me, DNA in me. Love the chocolate and the beer, so I must be German. Can't stand sauerkraut, but that's besides the point. Diana said hello to Joe. So Joe, say hello to our good friend Diana. She's going to be here for the party. I think Henry's going to make the trip up for the party. And I think our good friend Dennis is going to try to make it in from the party. He's still trying to get his schedule cleared up for that. Because, he's busy. He actually has a life, not like me. So, oh yeah, it was good. See, I know, man. I've had that buffet. It's a good buffet. It's a good buffet. Daniel Mars, Diana saying hello to you. It's been Christmas time since October in the Philippines. Well, September. But yeah, and that's one thing I was talking about. I was talking about the spirit of Christmas. I don't think America has Christmas spirit. I think we have shopping spirit. I think we have money spirit. I think we focus not on Christmas. I was telling them, Joe, for the folks I'd never been, Daniel says, best German beer and sauerkraut. Love the beer. Love the sausages. Can't do sauerkraut, my friend. Can't do it. But thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. The key is though, I think we look at it as, and I was telling them, Joe, in the Philippines, they get to have Christmas. They get to go to the mall and see Santa. Here, we have to go to the mall and see Santa. We have to take the kids. We have to decorate the house. We have to buy presents. There, they get to do these things. And so I'm going to ask Lorelai later on and try to get a Filipina's opinion about this. It's kind of where this all started at. So, Daniel Morris says, hello, Diana. Diana says, see, we're all German. We're all German. Henry says, I will be right back. Last night I found 2 letters that truly touched my heart. Oh, really? That's nice. What kind of letters? Like letter A or letter H for heart and letter B for blood, or written letters? I'm just being a smart ass. Yeah, it's noon. It's afternoon. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day because I'm on a diet and I just not hungry. But now I'm hungry and I'm waiting for Lorelai to wake up so we can figure out what we're doing before she goes to work. So Daniel's asking where Diana's from. Diana says, I am from the state of Ocala, Oklahoma. We have to do everything when it comes to Christmas. We have to do everything. Yeah, I think Christmas is overdone. Lorelai is so excited about her party. And this is part of where I look at going, she is so excited about the party. She is so excited about decorating the house. She's having a blast. Me, I'm like, bah, humbug. Ah. She was talking about looking at all these tree pictures for Christmas trees, and I'm like, and I told her yesterday in Hobby Lobby, and some old lady was in Hobby Lobby, right? And she overheard the conversation. Nice old lady, probably 900 years old, and weighed like 2 pounds, and one of them 900-year-old women. And Lorelai saying, well, but you put this in the tree, and I'm like, well, but if you stick a bunch of things out of the top of a tree, then it really doesn't look like a tree, because the tree doesn't have weird crap sticking out of it like this. And this old lady starts laughing, and she's like, that's the funniest thing I've heard, because that's exactly what my son told me yesterday about my tree. Joe says, you're welcome, Diana. I am from Flensburg, Germany, Diana. Flensburg, Germany. That's nice. Lorelai, my wife, is from the Philippines, Daniel. And her aunt is married to a German. They lived in Germany for, 30 or 35 years. But the last 2 years, they've lived in the Philippines. But he was a dentist, but he's retired. And we used to love because every year when they were in Germany, they would send us a box, about a foot by foot or two, full of chocolates from Belgium and Sweden and Germany, and send us all kinds of treats and foods. And man, I was sad when he moved to the Philippines because I've had everything there is to eat in the Philippines, and that German candy, that candy from Belgium, and man, gee, I'm really sad that he moved to the Philippines. Beautiful area there, Dan. H.D. says, I'm back in the saddle again. Diana, I was putting up my mother's jewelry into jewelry bags, into storage box. I found 2 letters. Wow. One addressed to my father, dated in 1961. Holy smoking butt farts. I would say that's really old, but 1961 is kind of close to when I was born. So that's not very far ago, not very long ago. I bet you it was strange and impressive to read, right? I bet you it really was. It was a sweet, sweet love letter. I'm not very creative when it comes to writing love letters. I only have one standard one. I don't write letters to Lorelei. All right, this is a joke, so nobody get offended. But here's my love letter. I'm going to show you what I do as a love letter. My love letter to Lorelei is this. Here's a wallet. Here's a wallet. No, she's not like that. But American women are more beautiful than German women. Here's what I'm going to tell you, Daniel. I'm not going to argue with you on that because the very few German women that I've actually known have been mean, but American women, besides Diana, I got to clarify, besides Diana, she's the exception to the rule because Diana's going to be going. American women can be a little not very enjoyable to be around. Let's put it that way. But I was going to say, Daniel, is I believe this. I think whatever country you're from, you think women from other countries are better than those. I know Filipinos. I'm married to a female Filipina, a citizen of the Philippines, right? So she's a girl. Most Americans that I know, because we're married to Filipinas, prefer Filipinas over Americans. But when you go to the Philippine men would love to marry an American woman. So, and they don't want to marry a Filipino girl. Let me get caught up here. Then I found a letter titled, A Letter from Heaven. Oh, you cried. Who, is that one of the commercial letters, or like somebody famous wrote it and it was just reproduced? Such old love letters. Yeah. And you're sweet, Daniel. Well, listen, Daniel seems like a nice guy. Joe says, I should hope, Dave. Ha 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 ha. But I think that's just the way it is. American women think American women are horrible. I know friends in Canada who think Canadian women suck. I know Mexican men who think Mexican women suck. I know men from Brazil who hate Brazilian women. And look, in America, the only thing we think of when we think of Brazil, we think of the hot, sexy, dark-complected girl wearing a thong walking along the beach. So how can that be bad? But if you ask, just saying, I've talked to a lot of people in a lot of countries, and they all prefer women from another country for some damn reason. Daniel says, thank you, Diana. I am almost blushing. Aww. Diana, they were still in high school before they got married. Wow. That's crazy. That's the way my grandparents were. I'll tell you, thinking of love stories and old people, one of the things that I was highly impressed by with my grandparents, or I remember going, that is amazing to me, is even when they were really old and sickly, my grandmother had a medical bed and my grandfather had a regular bed. And so they didn't get to sleep in the same bed. They had twin beds, right? But every night he would reach over and hold her hand until they fell asleep. And I took care of them and went to their house a lot and did things, made sure the house was taken care of, managed their finances. And so there's many times they went to bed and as I was leaving or getting a little bit of stuff done here and there. And it always made me go, oh, when every night when they go to bed, they would hold hands until they fell asleep. So, you know, it can be done. You know, Lorelai and I, we don't do that because we have two fat dogs, you know, that get in the way. You know, anytime Lorelai and I try to hold hands, the dog sits between us and doesn't want it. Our dogs are very jealous. But I remember that to this day. I remember this today. And maybe they had an old-fashioned relationship. My grandmother's philosophy was, James, my grandfather called him James. He wasn't my biological one. But he worked, took care of the house. I mean, he managed, got money, made money. And her job was to manage the money, buy the groceries, cook him food, take care of him, and do all the things to work together. She had her role, he had his role, and they worked it out together to decide who was going to do what. It's one thing Lorelai and I do. Well, I took that from my grandparents and the fact that you need to have a meeting of the minds in any relationship and go, okay, what are we doing together? And what are you doing and what am I doing? What roles are we going to play and how are we going to merge these things? Daniel says, I'm no longer looking for a German woman. I'm just marrying Diana. Well, it's a little premature to marry Diana when you've only made 8 or 9 comments to one another. But I understand your joy and your excitement. So definitely nothing wrong with making good friends here and getting to know each other and doing all of that stuff. So try that first. But I encourage you, both, all of you, to reach out and make friends with people and get to know them. Because you never know what's going to happen in life. I tell my American friends who are interested in Filipinas that one, anytime you get the opportunity to meet one, to greet one, to be nice to one, to talk to one, be a friend with one, as long as they're not married, because there's different rules if Filipinos are married, then you should. Because I know you're going to, for Americans, a lot of Americans, what I'm looking for is the 21-year-old Miss Universe Filipina. Well, but that 21-year-old Miss Universe Filipina only wants a fat old guy like me, or Henry, if they have a lot of money. So you need to be fishing in your own pond is what I say. And I got lucky. I was fishing in a different pond accidentally when I married Lorelai. But I tell people to try to be more realistic about your hopes and dreams. So, Kiko's in the house. Listen, let me get caught up. I missed a couple chats here. Oh, Daniel, you don't even know me. That's what I mean, Diana. But you never know. Kiko's in the house. I got divorced in Oklahoma. Does that count? Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. Was it Oklahoma's fault? That should be interesting marriage. Yes. Joe says, definitely be friends first before moving in or moving on. Daniel says, Diana, I will bring you some to Germany and we'll go party in the Reaper Bomb. I'm not for sure what that is, to be honest. I'm not up on the party scene in Germany. But I think your first bet would be, Daniel, is get her to talk about herself and maybe have an open dialogue and communication before you buy an airline ticket. Henry is saying, hello, Kiko, how are you today? Kiko, how are you doing today, man? How's the weather where you are? Weather's beautiful where Henry is, where Diana is, where I'm at, where Joe's at. I don't know how the weather is where Daniel is. He's in Germany. But for all of us, our weather's good. Kiko, how's your weather? Is where I was finally trying to get to. Nope, no fault. Just paid for everything for years. Yes, I know. Diana says, divorce in Oklahoma, that's great. Well, the real question are you allowed to go back to Oklahoma? So if you're allowed to go back to Oklahoma, then it all worked out in the end. You know, if she took Oklahoma in the divorce, well, then that's probably not a good thing. But I know so many guys that they meet a Filipina, and Daniel, this is kind of advice for you. They meet a girl from another country, and they go, oh my God, I'm enamored with them. I'm going to marry them. Well, you know, that's 20 or 30 steps way, way, way ahead of the game, you know. So, how romantic, Daniel from Kiko. I'm sorry, Kiko, no fun in Oklahoma. So that was probably when he was back in the military or getting out of the military, because he was stationed in the military, Kiko was. So, but it's good to be romantic. It's good to be optimistic. But I always tell, and I tell Filipinas, and I tell Americans this, that if you can't make a relationship happen within a year, meaning if you spot a girl in America that you like, Daniel, and you guys hit it off and you can behind the scenes, away from all of us idiots live on YouTube, behind the scenes get to know each other. But if you can't get to America or the Philippines within a year, then you're wasting everybody's time. I tell Americans that if you don't plan to go to the Philippines within a year, then quit trying to chase that girl. So, Diana says, I've been talking to someone else lately, Daniel. See, Diana, and here's the point. Daniel in Germany, even though most of us American men prefer women from other countries, you have to understand that American women are hot commodities, okay? So you can't just wake up one day and go, hey, you know, you should choose me. You got to give them really good reason to choose you. Because what she's telling you is, I got other men hot to trot, buddy. So, competition. Then picnic by candlelight. There you go. We've had picnics by candlelight. You know the problem with picnics by candlelight? You can't see the food because it's too damn dark. So, picnics on the beach is good. You got to meet first, and then you go from there. You do. You know, you can be internet buddies, whatever you want to call it, and have a good time. But if you can't meet one-on-one, it's never going to go anywhere. It's never going to be consummated. It's never going to lead to children or buying a house together or anything like that. It just doesn't work that way. Ask Kiko and I. We're old and we're married. We know how things work. Henry's old. He's just not married. So, let's see. HDN says, yeah, oh, here we go. I wouldn't be married now with 3 more children if that hadn't happened. Yep. They go fast on David's side. They do. We seem to get a lot of dating activity on my YouTube channel for some reason. Kind of strange, right, Kiko? Do I look like, I don't know. What does that say about me, Kiko? Diana, Germany is a long ways away. And look, and the proper way to do it would be for you and Germany to come to America. The girl shouldn't chase you. You should chase the girl. Now, the girl has to be willing to be caught, and she has to let you know that. But, you know, the guy needs to do the hard work on the front end. It's only fair. Because when women marry us, man, they do all the hard work after that. So, Germany's a long ways away. I'd like to go to Germany. The more I think about it, the more I'd like to go. So, Diana says, exactly, Henry, got to meet first. Kiko says, hello to you, Henry. How are you today down in the land of the Gulf? So, Kiko, do you think America has better Christmas spirit or the Philippines? I want an answer. Like selling ice water in the desert, David Sight rocks. Goes quick anyway, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know what happens, why people do it. And look, we know a lot of Filipinas in the Philippines that would very happy to meet an American, but the Americans have too big, they have the wrong, how to say that, They're looking, they're trying to catch a fish, a prized fish, and they have the wrong bait. So a lot of the Americans don't realize that if you want to be happy, you need to fish in your own pond. Don't try to fish in a pond that is way beyond you. Don't do it. You're not going to catch anything. You got to fish in the one that's close to you. That analogy is not very good analogy, I admit. I'm trying to come up with a better analogy, but since I like fishing so much, I can't seem to come up with another analogy. But I need a better analogy. Intentions. More like selling ice to an Eskimo? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Diana says, Daniel, I'm flattered, but this guy I've been talking to, I'll be meeting him soon. Ooh. But Daniel, that doesn't mean that she doesn't appreciate your interest. And we also know that the odds are very slim, you being so, we all know this logically. One thing we try to be on my channel is somewhat logical. The odds are very low that a relationship would happen between Daniel and Diana because of the distance. It just is. I'm not saying it can't and it won't, but the odds are a lot lower versus like if you knew somebody in another town in the same country, the same state, stuff like that. So proximity is a contributing factor to success in fishing. Just understand that. Do you know? Daniel says, do you know where your German ancestors came from, in which city? I used to. I know you're not asking me. You're asking Diana because you're enthralled by her beauty and the American women charm. But I'm going to answer the question. I used to know, but no, I don't know now. I used to have an ancestor book, and I really would like to do one of those DNA origin thingies, but now I'm terrified that they're using my genetic makeup for top secret government crap, and they're going to share all of my stuff and clone me and or sell my organs without me knowing it and stuff like that. So now I'm a little worried about that me in 23 type stuff, because now I've seen where they've gone bankrupt or somebody's bought them, and all that data that they've collected is now worth billions of dollars because they can tell everything about us. I'm now paranoid. All right, let me get caught up here. Daniel says, my father's from Holland and my mother's from Poland. Very nice. So I think we have some Irish blood, a little bit of Irish. Richard Feeling, can you give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Mike Hunt, like Hunt's Ketchup, I guess. So he loves my videos. That's great. That's great. Very good. So Michael or Mike Hunt, like Hunt's Ketchup, is saying hello to all of you wonderful people. I guess he watched Porky's as a kid. So Pat says, good afternoon, Brother David. Pat, thank you for being here, my friend. We appreciate you. Diana is saying hello to Pat. Money is on Daniel. Ooh, money's on Daniel. Ooh. Competition feeds victory, right? Hey, Pat. HTN saying, Pat, hi, Diana. What's up, HTN? Diana says, he's kind of also in the chat. There you go. See, competition. Competition feeds. I don't know. I'm sure there's a saying about that. Kiko knows. Kiko has a saying. Kiko, what's the saying? Competition does what? Makes us stronger, makes us weaker, makes us crazy? I don't know. But, I get competition on here. And I gotta say, I do get women who ask me if I'm single on YouTube or if I got a girlfriend and things like that. And I have to explain to them that no, I'm not single. And my wife doesn't let me have girlfriends anymore. So since I got married, no girlfriends are allowed. So, Henry's liking that, so. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger? Okay. Yeah, I guess that's kind of about competition. Yeah. So Daniel Mars says he's asking you questions. He doesn't know what you're talking about there, Kiko. So I think relationships are great. My life is my life. My wife, who is my wife, she wants everybody to be together. We have friends in the Philippines that we would love to find an American for. We just do. They may not be the prettiest Filipinas, and this is the problem. A lot of these American men, they want the girl to be beautiful on the outside versus beautiful on the inside. And, you know, beauty on the outside can change, or your looks on the outside can change. Who's ugly today could be beautiful tomorrow, vice versa. But the inside truly doesn't change that easily. So we got some friends in the Philippines that we would very much like to meet an American so Lorelai's friends could come here. So I think it would be wonderful for Diana. She does the best. She does. She does. I tell you what I'll do, Daniel, because I'm a good guy. If you send me a really big box full of Belgium, German, Swiss chocolates and goodies, I will arrange for you to be able to message Diana more on our live chats. I'll give you a gold star, and so everybody knows that you're interested in Diana on the live streams that we do. That's a pretty good deal. I will point out and read your loving comments and your flattery towards Diana. I will even emphasize that you think she's stunningly beautiful for a big box of chocolates. Diana says, I do know a little, but I'm nothing one to say here about my family history. I don't blame you. I used to know mine, but I lost the book. I had a book that researched my name and how it went back and the origins of my name and the family crest and all that crap. But I think one of my other family members who hate me stole it because I paid for it. But maybe you can we still do genealogy stuff like with the Mormons? Isn't that who does genealogy? Isn't it the Mormons? Can we still do that without everybody knowing our genetic makeup and that we're prone to be superhumans by taking our DNA code? Speaking of wonderful, where is Bai? Well, it's the middle of the night in the Philippines. All the Filipinos are asleep. And they also got a bunch of storms coming through, Kiko. I know they had a typhoon land the other day, and I thought I saw a map forecast for 2 or 3 more heading through the Philippines. It's difficult sometimes meeting people. Being German, they puts a large obstacles in the path. I agree. Yeah, you're in Germany. It's a long ways. But all I can do is you send me a big box of chocolates and I'll read your comments to Diana in a nice romantic voice. So Diana won't mind if I do that, right, Diana? Would that be okay with the big box? I'll give you some of the candy. I'll share the candy with you. I'm not greedy, except for the ones who are blasting karaoke. You got that right. Now we're going to be doing that on the 14th, Kiko. And what you should do is pack your wife up, load up the car, and drive down and join us on December the 14th for the Christmas party and the karaoke. She's laughing at you, Kiko. So, that's what you should do. It'll be fun. We'd love to have you. We're hoping Henry will be here. Diana should be here. We're hoping Dennis is going to fly in. So Santa Claus won't be here because I'm not dressing up as Santa Claus. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. So I don't think Santa Claus will make an appearance. But there'll be a lot of food, booze, and fun, and singing and all that stuff. So Lorelai's so excited about Christmas this year. I mean, it's costing a fortune with all the new ornaments we're buying. Well, that's all right. What are we going to do with our money? So, and then her and her friends are trying to work out what they're doing charity-wise in the Philippines this year. So our budget got a little bit bigger thanks to Dennis. So the money we have and the money that we put, his money, we're going to try to make some people feel good in the Philippines for Christmas. So he goes, any teachers? No. No, Kiko. No teachers. No. One is she would still be teaching at the time, but since she won't allow her children to have anything to do with Lorelei, seeing that she found out that we weren't going to give her our money, but if she had one of her kids living in America, then we would leave them our money, the kids, not her. And remember, the teacher's older than Lorelei, so she's going to be dead before Lorelei anyway, so she wouldn't be around to inherit anything. But she's really mad at the thought that we would give our money to one of her children, or to whatever, to her kids. So apparently we're not allowed to have any communication with the kids. So she's blocked them because we influenced them to come to America. We're trying to entice them to come to America, and that's so horrible of me. We will be singing karaoke at the, hopefully some Christmas songs, not that cry in your beer Whitney Houston crap. Alexandra's in the house. Thank you for being here, everybody. Midday pop-up live streams going well. I've gotten to the point where I hate the word family anymore. I know the feeling. We can't pick family we're born into, but we can pick what kind of family will come from us as parents in the future. I think that's a great statement. Everybody, give us some more thumbs up. If you haven't dropped us a thumbs up, please do that. And Daniel, if you're new to our channel, did you subscribe to my channel yet, Daniel? That would go a long ways at me finding you an American woman. If you want an American woman, we can find you an American woman. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share to the channel. Well, the old saying is we don't get to choose family, but we definitely get to choose whether we want to be around them or not. And I choose no. So, no, I don't want to be around them. But you do get to choose extended family. And we have some very good extended family that will be here for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year that we spend time with, that we appreciate. But just because somebody's related to you doesn't mean you owe them anything, including your time. Kiko says, good thing you didn't cut your friends out of your will. What friends? I don't have any friends. Now I got to find somebody to leave the money to. You know, I don't know what I still got to get it figured out, but it ain't going there. So Daniel says, I don't celebrate Christmas. I live alone. I was kind of the same way. I didn't celebrate Christmas for many years because I was single. It was easier not to. Why go through the effort? I didn't like feeling the pity. People, oh, please come to Christmas. Well, I'm single, I'm alone. I don't want to go to your Christmas. You got a big family, you got all that. I don't want to do that. That's gross, disgusting. I didn't like it. So I just didn't do it. I just made a little food for me and called it good. Now, when my grandparents were alive, I always had to go to their house at some point just to make an appearance or they would get really upset. Diana says, I kind of think that would be a little disrespectful to our mutual friend. I got to get caught up. I talk so fast, Diana, I'm probably not for sure what I'm talking about. So, you're talking about the candy? You know? Henry likes candy too, Diana. So, Lily's awake. Our dog Lily's awake. Diana, I was going to celebrate Christmas, but wasn't. But now that's kind of changed. Alexandra says, I don't celebrate either. When you're single, it's just not worth it, I don't think. And I think Christmas celebration's usually truly for the little kids. At least that's kind of how I feel. As adults, do we need that glitz and glamour? So, I try to stay away from the family as much as possible. I second that, Diana says. We do too. Well, they stay away from us. They know that there's no inheritance coming since I got married to Lorelei, so the only one that talks to us is a brother, you know. I got one brother out of 30 or 40 that talks to me. What about singing rock and roll? Now that's okay. Rock and roll, Christmas songs, I just can't handle anymore. I will always love you. I can't handle another round of Hotel California either. I love Hotel California, but man, when you've heard it 58,000 times on karaoke, enough is enough.
What karaoke?
Uh-oh, Lorelai's awake. Doing a quick live stream. So, Lorelai just got up. She's like, what are you doing in there? What's going on? Who's karaokeing? I want to go karaokeing. Diana, see, she's Filipino. She woke up, heard the word karaoke. She got excited and said, where's the microphone? I'm ready to sing. So, how are you today, beautiful wife?
My back it hurt because I stayed longer at night.
Your back hurts?
I removed the ornaments.
I saw that. She undressed the Christmas tree. So, meaning she took all the ornaments away.
Naked.
Naked? Who's naked?
A tree.
Oh, the tree's naked. So, yeah, so Lorelai stayed up late last night doing that while I was sleeping because, us old people need sleep. Alexander says, I lost my adopted mom. She's all I had.
Kiko said charot.
What? What Kiko do? Oh,
Charot.
what does that mean?
It's not like, yeah.
Yeah. So who has a more Christmas spirit, the Philippines or America? I lost my adopted mom. She's all I had. I don't talk to the rest of the family. They're not good news. Boyfriend has a huge family, always wants to be part of it, but makes me feel more alone. Yeah,
I'm still asleep. I think I overdosed.
you do. Well, let me get some advice, Alexandra. We are the only ones, Alexandra, and I want you to hear this because I want to try to give you a little bit of advice. We are the only ones that can make us feel a certain way. What I would encourage you to do when you go to the boyfriend's family and group is go in with an empty slate. Take everything out of your mind. Don't think about what anybody says or anybody does. Just embrace the moment for the moment that it is. Don't worry about what they think of you or what they don't think of you. Don't do anything like that. You just go and enjoy the moment, okay? That's my advice, but I know where you're coming from. Diana says exactly, David. Diana thinks I'm brilliant. There's the wife. Oop, there's Lily.
It's Lily. Here's Kiko. I want to say Lily.
Lily wants to see Kiko. How's Lily? Well, she's all right. Tomorrow she goes to get her cone of shame off.
She wants me to feed her.
Well, let me. All right.
Just go there.
Okay, I will. I'll turn it around.
Here.
I'm going to show you.
Yeah,
Laura.
she's just trying to get me. I know we're gonna
There's-
eat. Hold on.
There's Lily, still wearing her cone of shame. And there's Daisy. So you can see her broken
Yeah,
foot.
they want me to feed
They're
her
ready
now.
to eat. It's lunchtime for them.
Oh my goodness, look at she's starting to go outside on her own.
Roll around in the grass. Daisy's feeling a little bit
Hi,
better, I think.
Diana.
I think Daisy's feeling a little bit better. Here's Lily. You guys want to see Lily? That's Lily. So, she's not feeling great, Daisy's not, but she is feeling a little bit better. So, all right.
Alright. See
Okay,
ya.
feed them. I'll be there shortly. Sorry,
Right,
guys.
there's coming
Let me get
from-
squared back away. Let me get caught up. Christmas is hard since I lost both parents this past year. It is. It is. Xan says, I appreciate the advice. Daniel Mars says, may I ask how old you all are? Well, let me ask this. How old do you think I am? That's how we play that game on this channel. You can ask the others, and they can tell you if they wish, my friend. Hi, Lorelai from Diana. Thank you. Hope she heals fast. Us too, trust me. Old enough to know better and still young enough to care. There you go. I stopped celebrating Christmas when I was a kid. Just too much family drama. I hated being around. Yeah. Oh man, those are cute dogs. I have two. Oh, do you? That's great. Kiko says he is 36 with dyslexia. So if you can translate that. But Alexandra, I mean that. Don't stress. We put ourselves in such a weird pictures because of what we tell ourselves. You know, I'm reading a book called The Four Agreements, and it's an old philosophy, just different words. But basically, what you've done is you've agreed. Let me read your statement. So here, you've agreed. You've told yourself that when I'm with my boyfriend and his family, I feel more alone. You've told yourself that. And so that's how you feel. What you need to do is change that, feel nothing, and then change it going, I feel good here. I feel good here. Positive reinforcement. Don't use negative words with yourself ever. You got to use positive words. Positive, positive, positive equals positive. Negative equals negative, positive equals positive. Sorry for my little lecture. I'm sorry to hear that, Henry. I do understand. Yeah. I would like to go and hang out with my brother one Christmas again, and we'll do that one of these times. He's a character. You know, he's not good looking like I am, but he's a character. I'm a little bit older than you. Daniel R. says, I am 42 years young. Wow. Wow, 42. Nice. I remember being 42. Oh, yeah, 42 is the year I thought I was going to die, long before I died. My mother died at age 42, so we always had it in the family, can you live past 42? And I lived past 42, obviously. Henry's enjoying the show. Diana, I'm a little bit older than you, young Daniel. But hey, some guys like them older women, you know. Some guys like having their alpha cougar. So, wow, Daniel. We call that a cougar baby. Oh, see, that's where Kiko knew where I was going with that. Alexandra, thank you, appreciate it. So, but we really do, guys. We are our own worst enemies, in other words. If we think something bad is going to happen, then we're going to have a negative outlook and feel about it. Who drew the portraits of you on the wall? Portraits on the wall. Oh, this behind me? This one? Because we do have some hand-drawn ones somewhere. Sorry. It's actually a picture taken, I think, in Curacao or Aruba. And it's a real picture that we have. And I put it into my fancy computering software and turned it into a pencil sketch. And then we had a subscriber give me a $75 donation to this company that makes banners. And so I took that picture from Aruba, I put it in my software, turned it into a colored pencil, and changed, the hue a tiny bit. And then I made a big old banner out of it. So I hope that answers the question. I wish I had the artistic ability to draw or paint anything, but I do not. So I wish I could take credit for it, but it was the computer. He got hit with the ugly stick. Who got hit with the ugly stick? Daniel? We don't know what Daniel looks like. Daniel might be a good looking guy. Now, I don't know. I know my dogs didn't get hit with an ugly stick. Kiko. You have a good memory to keep forever. We do. We have a lot of pictures. We kind of call it I got pictures all over my office here of us fishing. So my office has the fishing pictures. The hallway has all of our pictures. I call them my hall of shame, all the places that we've traveled to. And we like to take pictures. And we collect little trinkets from when we travel from and to. And I think when you're taking pictures to save, when you're buying trinkets, souvenirs, when you travel, it helps to anchor in those good memories. So it helps for you because you did something. You accomplished something. I wanted to have a picture in front of the Grand Canyon. I got that. And so we stage it and you set it up. I made a video out in the Grand Canyon. Stuff like that. Diana says, I was a cougar once. It wasn't that great. Diana says, you're a troublemaker. Alexander says, I used to travel a lot, but this economy is too bad right now. So I know, just wait a couple months. Interest rates are already going down. Gas is going down. Elon Musk and Ramaswamy is going to get in there and they're going to clean house on the budget and find that $5 or $6 trillion that went missing for toilet seats, they said. So Daniel Morris is now at 8:21 p.m. and I'm going to have a nice beer. Well, Daniel, I encourage you to do that, my friend. We used to call it I Love Me Wall in military days. Okay, I call it our wall of shame, but that's good too. We love we wall. Could it be that? We love we wall. Pat says we got a lot going on in Columbus, Indiana. They don't put lights up in the city much, only because house decorates of old buildings took down. Wow. Life has been one hell of a roller coaster that slams us around. We all know that feeling, Diana. And Henry totally agrees with you. Big old understatement. Might get some beer too. Sounds pretty good. Rainy day. Well, we're going to do some Christmas traveling. I think we're going to go show you guys Fayetteville, Arkansas. And somebody's at my front door. Better be quiet. Shh. Somebody's at my front door. Shh. Oh, all right. Hey guys, I got to get off of here. Somebody's here. I'll catch you guys tonight. Appreciate you. And let me, yeah. All right, I got to go. I'll talk to you guys later. We got company unexpectedly. I think it's